Atlantis? No, that would be silly. I couldn't help seeing a similarity in an artist's rendering of Atlantis based on Plato's description, the only surviving one we have to go with, as I will for this. But as you know, it's supposed to be a set of concentric circles or rings of land, with oceans or waters in between. There have been searches for it, books written about it, and careers dedicated to it, but as yet we are still waiting to discover its location. And that is where I wonder if we were thinking too small, trying to find it within a landmass or area of ocean. I'll move now to the idea of Antarctica, because it will tie into the overall explanation, and I'm talking about the Earth not being a globe as we know it. Instead, going with the idea of a much bigger globe Earth, the crater theory, and our realm actually being flat and round, surrounded by a giant ice wall and covered by a dome firmament. Based on that premise, I decided that humans as we know them could be Atlanteans, who were known for their warlike behaviour and perhaps were exiled from being part of the bigger Earth and dropped down into a great ice hole filled with water, which then became the Atlantic Ocean. We then had to go about creating maps, or atlases, to navigate our way out, hence all the Operation High Jump, Deep Freeze, and so on. And other planets they talk of visiting could be other craters within our crater, or just over there land masses, rather than up there. But it is said that there are other lands beyond what we have been told, that there are maps within the international organisations that show these other lands and resources, and the mystery of the Antarctic Treaty is one that baffles many. I do believe the water and ice distribution has changed over time, and if the level has risen and fallen possibly too, we could have the wild variations we have on maps from throughout the centuries, which they laugh off as made up or wrong. I have another article along the theme about islands, so we'll go into it more in that one. An island, or was it? But the idea that the land masses we know of, and the world we have been told is being questioned, and rightly so, as there have been many things they deceived people on, and kept from them, so why not? Makes me think of the saying, the world just got smaller, and we think that it is to do with technology making everyone seem closer. Or was it? Could it have been when they shut off certain other areas, or relabelled them, changing names, locations, ideas, moving people around, changing the history and making it easy to eliminate from common knowledge that which you don't want people to know anymore? And the purpose is, touched on that slightly. But to me, it made sense when it came to borders, land, maps, ownership and slavery of people, all people, in varying degrees of it from elite corporate slavery to the harsh and brutal conditions felt by some who were used for more manual and backbreaking tasks. If we knew there was more and better over there, wouldn't we try to find it? Wouldn't the curious, brave and adventurous amongst us be exploring that? Oh no, we can't, because we've been told it's all been discovered, nothing to see here. And if there is, they put up restriction, borders and barriers to keep us all in our fishbowl. Because a fish doesn't know there is a massive lake over there when he is in a tank, or know there is an ocean over there when he is in a lake. And while we are encouraged to focus on out there as a concept of space, again conveniently set up so that only the super rich, famous and connected get to do it, we aren't looking over there. And that's the purpose it serves in my mind in my other article, Flat or Round. Looked at an age-old argument that has been resurrected about is it a globe Earth or flat Earth, and that is the case in point. Many people get stuck arguing about flat or round and want to be right so it becomes a battle. I prefer to look at what is gained from people thinking one or the other and what the possibilities are for both scenarios. So, we know they lie to people, they control people, and they dictate the information you receive and are taught to view the world with. So why is it so hard for some people to accept the idea that they could really have lied about that too? Because whether it is flat or round, your feet are still on the floor and it doesn't change your physical position at all. But it really does change how you think, or at least should. And then knowing that such a large pattern of lies could be constructed and enforced can also be shocking to people, so they can't or won't accept it. And that applies to many things, not just this debate, but anywhere where there is large-scale deception going on. But that's okay, because we have a couple of words to make sure we stop any of that nonsense dead in its tracks, haven't we? Conspiracy theorist. But I wonder how many people even look at the meaning of those words. Conspiracy. A secret plan by a group to do something unlawful or harmful. Theorist. Not yet proven. So I'm not really sure why some people think that it is a slur or an insult to throw those words at people, when clearly it means they have thought through what appears to be an unfolding plot. Maybe it's easier for people to accept who don't or can't think things through on certain subjects, if others don't either. Same with detectives, I guess. Sometimes they see a bit more than others, or can piece together what others didn't. So many TV shows and fictional characters portray this, and people love them. Not so much when it happens in real life though, it seems, unless it's for a cut and dry murder case. But someone revealing the whole setup to be a lie seems to be a hearty no thanks.